after breaking his ankle at Kilmarnock in midweek. Neil Berry comes back into defence, but manager Sandy Clark is still gone for a very attacking lineup, leading midfield man Gary Locke on the bench to accommodate young Kevin Thomas in attack. Maurice Johnston has recovered sufficiently from the face injury he sustained at Kilmarnock to play his 9th consecutive match. So with John Cahoon, John Robertson and Thomas, Hearts are clearly determined to end their goal-scoring problems. Theo Snelders has recovered from flu, so he replaces Michael Watt in the Aberdeen goal. Top scorer Duncan Shearer remains on the bench, with Mixu Patalainen restored to the starting lineup to partner Ian Jess. And with Stuart McKimmie unfit, Gary Smith returns at left back after missing the last 5 matches. The first 3 because of suspension. His last match was against Torino in the Cup Winners' Cup. And the referee this afternoon is Mr. Bill Innes from Steps. So a fascinating contest here in very good conditions. A breeze blowing down the field behind Aberdeen, playing from right to left. But Hearts, having scored the fewest goals in the Premier League this season, playing against Aberdeen, who've conceded the fewest goals. So that would make life difficult for Hearts in goal-scoring terms. That's been a big problem. We are to Mackay, and lucky for Hearts that Patalainen slipped. Good play there by Berry. Here's Thomas, who loves to attack players on the run. Now Mackay. Cross comes Robertson. Well, that's good play from Hearts. There's Mackay. Clearance came from McLeish. And this time it's Stephen Wright who sends the ball to safety. Hearts maintaining the pressure. In a good opening spell this for the home side. Cahoon in the area there with Gary Smith. Ryan Grant in trouble. And it's turned in the end by Cahoon. Cahoon's in trouble there, but when he recovers he'll realise he's put Hearts ahead. And it's a personal disaster for Brian Grant of Aberdeen. Well, the pass-back rule did this. Brian Grant caught in 2 minds at least here. Losing control of the board, robbed very kindly for Hearts. Cahoon reacted swiftly and landed very awkwardly, colliding there with Alec McLeish. Well, it's a perfect start for Hearts. They certainly have played well early on, but Brian Grant will have nightmares about this. In serious trouble at this point. It breaks off John Robertson beyond Theo Snelders, and there's the collision. McLeish and Cahoon as the ball goes in. Well, John Cahoon didn't savour the moment as much as he would normally like, having scored the opening goal. Wincing with pain there, but for Brian Grant, a very tough start to the match. There's Gary Smith. Splitting the 2 strikers with a pass. Patalainen and Jess. The offside flag up against Maurice Johnston. And a very quick alteration being made here. John Cahoon, the goal scorer, failed to recover from that injury sustained in scoring the goal. So he goes off. The replacement is Alan Johnston, the 19-year-old from Tynecastle Boys Club. So the aerial view of Tynecastle. The crowd not as big as I'm sure Hearts would have hoped. Reflecting recent performances perhaps. And McLaren making no mistake with that clearance. Well, that's very competent, effective defending by McLaren. You have to make absolutely certain there were no mistakes there. Irvin's already there. Poor corner though. He sends it in. Berry completes the clearance. Johnston on his own at the moment. Supported on the right by Robertson. The break is on here for Hearts. Jim Weir goes sprinting outside Robertson. Played in low and cleared by Wright. Robertson again. Oh, that was fine play there by Scott Leach, who made a splendid run from midfield there. He was picked out beautifully by Robertson, Just look at the run made by Leach here as Robertson flighted that into his path. This needed more meat for the header. Easy in the end for Snelders. Could have been different though. Wright's free kick, nodded down by Patalainen, and in goes Jess, and a fine recovery by Alan McLaren. He appeared to have lost his bearings there for a second. So the high ball caused the problem, nodded down there. It broke off McLaren. You see he lost his bearings there. Jess was closing in, but McLaren recovered. No offside there as the ball's headed back by Kane. Irvin de Connor. This is Smith. Patalainen lets Connor take over. Now Grant. Miller. Jess. Great play from Aberdeen. This is Wright. Excellent cross that. Looking for Patalainen. He's up well for that. Easy in the end for Nicky Walker, but it was the best move of the match so far from Aberdeen. His hearts break again on the counter-attack. Here's Maurice Johnston taking the pass from Leach. Leach again. Johnston goes down. Leach making his way into the area. That's a good effort. Well, now that's really splendid play from Hearts to reply to that excellent move from Aberdeen. Jess again. Now Miller. He's away from McKinley. McLaren closing him down on the run there. May have struck an arm, but it clearly wasn't deliberate. Connor's corner. Patalainen with McLaren. And a very good block by Walker from Brian Irvin. Fine save by the Hearts goalkeeper. The corner kick saw this challenge in the air between Patalainen and McLaren. The ball breaking there. Jim Weir couldn't get to it. He was balked in the run. Good shot by Irvin and a fine save from Walker. Thomas again trying to make his way between two players there for Aberdeen. This is Miller giving it away to Mackay. Here's Johnston and now Thomas. Thomas again. Johnston to Alan Johnston. It's turned away there by McLeish. And just kept in play by Theo Snelders. Would have been a corner. McLeish's clearance. Patalainen getting up there against Berry. Miscue by Mackay. There's Connor. Joe Miller takes over. Now Grant. Jess looking at Patalainen, who was offside. When the pass was released. This is Jim Weir. Mackay picks out Alan Johnston on the right. It's half-time. Kevin Thomas has provided much of the first half entertainment on the left flank for Hearts, but the vital goal came from John Cahoon following a mistake made by Brian Grant in defence. He did a terrible fankle. John Robertson put the ball beyond Snelders for Cahoon to score. He was injured in that incident, had to leave the field shortly after, but Hearts nevertheless have that one-goal cushion at half-time. An aerial view of the wintry setting at Tynecastle for the start of the second half. The temperature dropping rapidly here as John Robertson and Maurice Johnston prepare to start the second half. Hearts looking no doubt for as brisk an opening to this period as they had in the first. Aberdeen, on the other hand, I imagine will be stinging from the words offered by Willie Miller at half-time. Couldn't have been happy at all with long phases of play in that spell, and Aberdeen were hustled out of things by Hearts and didn't really pose too much of a threat to the Hearts defence, apart from flashes of Ian Jess and some aerial work from Mixu Patalainen and flashes. But the big centre forward now has to be careful because he was booked in the first half, Patalainen, for persistent fouling. Can't afford any more rash challenges. There's McKinley for Hearts. There's Brian Irvin with the clearance. Remember, Hearts have made a substitution already. They've brought on Alan Johnston for the injured John Cahoon early in the match. Cahoon injured, scoring the opening goal. There's Maurice Johnston! And Thomas just out of reach, but that would have been a magnificent goal had Johnston scored direct from that cross. McKinley sending that across to the far corner of the box, and the volley attempted by Johnston. I'm sure he was trying to score there, and he was very close. And McLeish was fouled there. There were arms flying around in that incident, and the referee's taking action, I think, against Gary Mackay. Well, there is great concern about the use of arms and elbows now in the game, and Mackay is in trouble for his challenge on Alec McLeish. So a check of the number there, and referee Innes takes out the yellow card for this incident. Look at the elbow up there. It was a bad one by Mackay. He has no complaint at all being booked for that. This is Connor. And Alan Johnston coming back to do some defensive work for Hearts. Cross it goes here to Gary Smith. The long ball aimed for Patalainen again. The challenging player was McLaren. Here's Thomas getting a break of the ball. A buzz in the stadium as Thomas darts off one of those runs. Well, strong as well as skillful. The free kick goes to Aberdeen for a bit of handball there, I think, on the ground. Well, he really is an entertainer, this young man, and the crowd warming to him. Well, here he was, having shown a lot of skill and pace, prepared to take on Gary Smith physically. As he fell to the ground there, the ball caught his hand, I think. Well, he's been fouled again. It's a free kick at Hearts. Gary Smith's in trouble. So, booking there for Gary Smith. Leach letting it in. It's just too high for McLaren. He made a good run, McLaren. He needed a few inches extra height there to get to that. Rifled in very effectively by Leach. Had it been a few inches lower. So Aberdeen are making a change. They've withdrawn Joe Miller. He is going off. Hasn't been able to make too much of an impact on the proceedings. And the replacement is the top goal scorer, Duncan Shearer, looking to add to the 12 goals he scored for the club this season. Now Jess. Stephen Wright trying to get there. He's brought down by Walker. No penalty kick, says the referee, I don't think. He's being hounded now by Aberdeen players. Well now, what was the contact made here? As Stephen Wright got the ball ahead of Nicky Walker, the keeper coming on there. Did he make contact? Scarcely, I think. And indeed, the referee is going to take action against Stephen Wright for taking a dive. And I think that replay gives some justification to the referee. Stephen Wright clearly wasn't able to go anywhere with the ball, having got there ahead of Nicky Walker. But he was expecting to be caught by the keeper. He went down dramatically, and the result is a booking. And I think referee Innes has got that right. Nicky Walker will certainly agree. Johnston not getting off the ground, they're allowing Smith to head it away. Miscue there by Duncan Shearer, and here's Kevin Thomas. Well, I mentioned the fact that he was unorthodox and unpredictable, and that's a good example. Cleared there by McLeish in the end, will have Aberdeen living dangerously. The Hearts supporters are clearly encouraged. Kane's clearance goes for the throw. Hearts maintaining the pressure as they look for this vital second goal. Here's Tosh McKinlay, stopped by Jess. Now it's Grant. Jess in a tight corner, doing well. Good play between Grant and Jess. The counter-attack's been set up now. Jess had to check his run there, but Grant continues. Fine play by Aberdeen. And it's tidied up at the end by Neil Berry for Hearts. There's Robertson. Too far ahead of Thomas. Well, worrying times these for Willie Miller. Lee Richardson preparing now to come on. Add some extra drive in the middle of the field. McLeish's header. That's right. Leach to Thomas. Oh, it's great footwork again from Thomas. Well, it split the two strikers, Robertson and Johnston. Tosh McKinlay lofting it forward. Robertson trying to screen that from Irvin. This is McLaren. Leach. Looking for McLaren to continue the run there, Scott Leach. Smith to Shearer. Here's Connor. Brian Grant calling for the ball in the middle. Given no time at all there. Closed down rapidly. Good defending again by Hearts. Well, worrying times these for Willie Miller. Lee Richardson preparing now to come on. Here comes Thomas. He's quick and elusive. He's hounded by Gary Smith, who's also very quick, and the free kick's been given. Gary Smith has been booked already, and he will be well advised to cease the verbals there towards the referee. Scott Leach flighting it in, and no one coming in on the far corner of the box. Maurice Johnston telling Leach where the free kick should have been played. Got the line and nudging it on for Shearer. That's Richardson. This is for Connor. Jim Weir closing him down. That was Jess. Fine play. And there's Shearer. The equaliser for Aberdeen. And their goal machine called Duncan Shearer pays off again. Credit to Robert Connor and Ian Jess for some fine work in the build-up. The long pass chased here by Connor, who did well to hold off Weir and played into the danger area. Walker was committed, but Jess beat him to the ball, turned brilliantly, played it into the danger area, and ricocheted to Duncan Shearer, and he's deadly from there. Joy for the Aberdeen supporters. A real cup tie. Ian Jess in the thick of that with some very swift, intelligent work inside the area. And Duncan Shearer coming on as substitute, getting goal number 13 of the season. So Hearts now trying to head back. A major disappointment, no doubt, losing the goal at that stage in the match, and they've led for so long. Now they have to win the game all over again. McLaren's in trouble. He had to concede the throw. He slipped there. Back with Kane. Berry's headed clearance. There's Richardson. And now Kane. Here's Irvin. A deflection there from Shearer. A fine save by Walker. A flag up for offside. Never against Miksu Patalainen. But what a great reaction there from Nicky Walker. As Brian Irvin hit this very hard indeed. It was going wide of the target, no doubt about that. But then Shearer got a touch. Was well saved by Walker. Aberdeen maintaining the pressure, sensing the prospect of a dramatic victory. Richardson playing that into a space he hoped would be filled by Wright. But it's Thomas now. Changing pace to take on Wright, but Wright is very quick. Too quick indeed for Thomas in that position. They've a real contest, these two youngsters, Wright and Thomas. And the far side linesman has drawn the attention of the referee to something. What he spotted, I really don't know, but the book is coming out. Now he's checking, I think, whether there's a culprit already booked here, or he's noting some incident. Well now, this could be ominous for someone. So the referee has had his attention drawn to a player. The player was Maurice Johnston. Now, an incident off the ball. Maurice Johnston has been called across. Now, will this be yellow or red? I suspect Johnston has been involved in a bit of jostling off the ball, it looks like. And someone else is in trouble also. Now, this is serious, depending on who it is. Gary Smith is going to go off. He's been booked already. Well now, a clash between the two, a yellow card, and there comes the red. And Aberdeen are reduced to 10 men. Thomas holding off Wright. No free kick there. There's Aberdeen break now with Jess. Here's Duncan Shearer. Richardson is outside. And McLaren will tidy that up easily. Using Gary Mackay. It's back now with Berry. And on the far side is Jim Weir in space. The header down by Connor. This is Kane. And no threat there with that pass. Nicky Walker has all the time in the world to pick out Tosh McKinley. The referee Innes ends the match with honours even in the end, thanks to a fine opportunist goal scored by Duncan Shearer 15 minutes from the end after good work by Robert Connor and Ian Jess. But there were 9 bookings in all, 2 of them for Gary Smith, who was ordered off for the second, and referee Bill Innes had a very tough time to keep this intensely competitive match under control. So the goal scored by John Cahoon for Hearts early on, not enough for a victory. It's Aberdeen have come back to snatch a point. It's Hearts 1.